In this unit, we will cover some of the basic terms in relation to computer hardware and software. First of all, we will talk about different types of computers. A mainframe is the most powerful type of computer. It can process and store large amounts of data. It supports multiple users at the same time and can support more simultaneous processes than a PC. Mainframes are used for large-scale computing purposes in banks, big companies, universities, and so on. A desktop PC has its own processing unit, monitor, and a keyboard. It is used as a personal computer or as a workstation for group work. Typical examples are the IBM PC and the Apple Macintosh. It is designed to be placed on your desk. A laptop or a notebook PC is a lightweight computer that you can transport easily. It can work as fast as a desktop PC with similar processors, memory capacity, and disk drives, but it is portable and has a smaller screen. Modern notebooks have a TFT or thin film transistor screen that produces very sharp images. Instead of a mouse, they have a touchpad built into the keyboard, a sensitive pad that you can touch to move the pointer on the screen. They come with battery pack, which let you use the computer when there are no electrical outlets available. A tablet PC looks like a book with an LCD screen on which you can write using a special digital pen. You can rotate the screen 180 degrees. Your handwriting can be recognized and converted into editable text. You can also type at the detached keyboard or use voice recognition. It is mobile and versatile. A personal digital assistant or PDA is a tiny computer which can be held in one hand. The term PDA refers to a wide variety of handheld devices, palm tops, and pocket PCs. For input, you type at a small keyboard or use a stylus, a special pen used with a touchscreen to select items, draw pictures, and so on. Some models incorporate handwriting recognition, which enables a PDA to recognize characters written by hand. Some PDAs recognize spoken words by using voice recognition software. They can be used as mobile phones or as personal organizers for storing notes, reminders, and addresses. A wearable computer runs on batteries and is worn on the user's body, for example on a belt, backpack, or vest. It's designed for mobile or hands-free operation. Some devices are equipped with a wireless modem, a small keyboard, and a screen. Others are voice-activated and can access email or voicemail. How can we describe function of an item? There are many different ways to do that. First of all, we can use the present simple tense. For example, we would say, Ram holds instructions which are needed to start up the computer. Since we are describing function of an item, this requires the use of the third person singular, so pay attention to the form of the verb, because in the present simple tense, verb used for the third person singular always has s at the end. In our example, it was holds. Another way to describe function of an item would be to use used to, which would be followed by an infinitive form of the verb. For example, we would say, Ram is used to hold instructions which are needed to start up the computer. We may also say used for, and this combination would be followed by an ing form of the verb. So we would say Ram is used for holding instructions which are needed to start up the computer. If we want to emphasize the function, then we might start a sentence by saying the function of. In our example, it would be the function of Ram is to hold instructions which are needed to start up the computer. Now, let's match the given items with their function, keeping in mind previously explained ways how we can describe function of an item. We would say RAM holds data read or written to it by the processor, or RAM is used to hold data read or written to it by the processor. RAM is used for holding data read or written to it by the processor. The function of RAM is to hold data read or written to it by the processor. The next item, processor. We would say processor controls all the operations in a computer, or processor is used to control all the operations in a computer. We can also say processor is used for controlling all the operations in a computer, or the function of the processor is to control all the operations in a computer. Mouse. We would say mouse controls the cursor. We could also say mouse is used to control the cursor, or mouse is used for controlling the cursor. If we want to emphasize the function, we would say the function of mouse is to control the cursor. Clock. Clock controls the timing of signals in the computer. We can also say clock is used to control the timing of signals in the computer, or clock is used for controlling the timing of signals in the computer. We may also say the function of clock is to control the timing of signals in the computer. 3.5 inches floppy drive reads and writes to removable magnetic disks. We can say 3.5 inches floppy drive is used to read and write to removable magnetic disks, or 3.5 inches floppy drive is used for reading and writing to removable magnetic disks. The function of a 3.5 inches floppy drive is to read and write to removable magnetic disks. Monitor displays the output from a computer on a screen. Monitor is used to display the output from a computer on a screen. Monitor is used for displaying the output from a computer on a screen. The function of monitor is to display the output from a computer on a screen. Keyboard inputs data through keys like a typewriter. Keyboard is used to input data through keys like a typewriter. We can also say keyboard is used for inputting data through keys like a typewriter. The function of keyboard is to input data through keys like a typewriter. DVD-ROM drive reads DVD-ROMs. DVD-ROM drive is used to read DVD-ROMs. DVD-ROM drive is used for reading DVD-ROMs, or the function of DVD-ROM drive is to read DVD-ROMs. Cache. Cache provides extremely fast access for sections of a program and its data. Cache is used to provide extremely fast access for sections of a program and its data. Cache is used for providing extremely fast access for sections of a program and its data. The function of cache is to provide extremely fast access for sections of a program and its data. ROM holds instructions which are needed to start up the computer. ROM is used to hold instructions which are needed to start up the computer. ROM is used for holding instructions which are needed to start up the computer. And to emphasize the function, we would say the function of ROM is to hold instructions which are needed to start up the computer. Next thing we will talk about is software. What is software? We can say that software is a collection of instructions that enable a user to interact with the computer or to have the computer perform specific tasks for them. Software is commonly divided into two main categories. System software, which controls the basic and invisible to the user functions of a computer and comes usually pre-installed with the machine. It manages computer hardware and provides a platform for application software. Application software handles multitude of common and specialized tasks a user wants to perform, such as accounting, communicating, data processing, word processing, and so on. Application software includes desktop applications such as web browsers and Microsoft Office, as well as smartphone and tablet applications, popularly called apps. Let's mention some other types of software. Shareware or trial software is software that gives you some time to try out the software before you buy the program. After the trial time expires, you will be asked to enter a code or to register the product before you can continue to use the program. Freeware is software free to use to anyone for as long as they wish with no obligations to pay. Open source software is like freeware, but not only is the program given away, but the code used to make the program is also given away, which allows anyone to modify the program or just view how it was created. BIOS, or a basic input-output operation system, is a set of procedures or short programs stored on a type of read-only memory. These instructions handle computer startup operations such as power-on self-test and hardware configurations for devices such as disk drives, keyboard, and monitor. Plugins and extensions are software that extend or modify the functionality of another piece of software and require that software to be used in order to function. Embedded software resides as firmware within embedded systems, devices dedicated to a single use or a few uses such as cars and televisions. Although some embedded devices, such as wireless chipsets, can themselves be part of an ordinary non-embedded computer system, such as a PC or smartphone.